before.
She have a whole show, cooking show, like Rachel.
Yeah, she has actually a live show, Rachel Ray Show, on the Opus Network. Good morning to you guys. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh. But yes. Sound a little bit weak. We guess we'll save it for when.
Let me get this coffee up in me, okay? Because, honey,
it's been a weekend, y'all.
It's been a weekend. It has. It's been a ripping, running.
Well, this is definitely a TikTok conversation too.
But
so when we can, when we about to really start talking, we give it like 10 minutes.
Yeah, honey. I had a reunion this weekend, honey, but it was a great rip and run.
It was a great rip and run.
I had to let her, well, Mommy seen her, but then I had to let Misha see her, and then she got to see where we all are.
So. Was her first time visiting Charlotte?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you just happened to see her. Isn't God funny? I tell you, boy. He'll reconnect you. Because like I said, I'm thinking right now, it's in my head. It's almost like, you know what I mean? It's like everything is always intentional, right? So it's like, even though it's been years, you've been down here how many years?
24 years.
24 years. And she meets a childhood friend, sees a childhood friend, and she's in town for the first time.
Right.
In her whole life.
And it's so crazy
and she
because
sees her at the
always
store.
Seeing Erica. So
where was you at the store?
No. She called Mommy. So some way she got Mommy's number because she was talking to her older sister, and she must have gave her Mommy's number.
Mm-hmm.
And so she called Mommy, and Mommy was like, "Oh my gosh, guess who just called me?" And she was like, "When you get here, we gonna call her back because she said she's here for her church." So when I got to Mommy, we called her. And so I got all the way to Mommy when she was right 10 minutes from me.
Yeah.
So, on Tabola. That's what I'm saying.
And then y'all came all the way back. And then you take Mommy all the way back.
When I tell you,
out here in these streets.
I was ripping and running this weekend. Yes, honey.
But that's what weekends are for.
But
to rip and run for your joy.
I'm not even complaining.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm never complaining. I mean, if I did want to do it, I would do it. But it was
I said ripping and running is for the weekends. You're supposed to be, because it was fun. When you be ripping and running during the week, it ain't fun. You just got to do what you got to do to do what you got to do. But on the weekends when you ripping and running, it's because, you having a good time. This is your day off. And it's so sad that the world only gives us 2 days off. I think we should rewrite it. Work week should be Monday through Thursday. And you should be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, but just because we're living the life, we want everybody to join us on that excursion. Yeah. So, I mean, we still work every day though, at some capacity.
Even when
I think it's even more work, honey, because you got to listen. If you don't sell a product, you don't pay a bill. Like, it's so much more work to promote. It ain't no guaranteed check. You ain't working on nobody else's momentum but your own. And that is everyday work to me.
Even if you slack a day, you still
you got to make up for it. Nobody gets to make up for it.
Employed and an entrepreneur. You slack if you ain't making no money.
You ain't making no money.
You got bills to pay. Those bills come every month.
If you're not, you got to always be finding a new client, right? That's why we say sharing is caring, because when you share, then somebody else gets, access, and then you open up the door, and it's, vice versa. That's why when we are collective and we complete and not compete, we make room for everybody to grow, because love grows everything. So that allows us to be like, okay, this is what I need. Okay, this is what I need. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Who do you know?
Even jobs, right? I mean, work period is like word of mouth. Who's hiring, right? Do you know who's hiring? I'm looking for a job. So depending on who you know, such and such works at so-and-so, and they said they was hired. It's always, I'm telling you, we are the connectors. We are the glorified connectors. Because you tell somebody about
it's all word of mouth.
It is.
Your whole life is word of mouth. I don't give a damn what book you read in. I don't care even if it's the Bible. It's somebody's word of mouth, in which you are taking as whatever thing to make yourself think better or see better or understand better. It's still other people's accounts of events in which we share with one another that becomes our trajectory or what was it when you go back? Reversal. Reverse. Anyway, good morning, queens and kings. That's the awesomeness of God. He is so amazing, isn't he? Hello to you, Facebook user.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, I love your colors today. Y'all got a summer watermelon vibe going on. Girl, that's so funny. Yes,
I got the cup and you got the.
That's why we love you. And we need y'all to talk to us. Because
thanks for pointing that out. Because we didn't even realize that. Oh my goodness.
We are getting, and why is summer fun our favorite? Watermelon. That was his Kool-Aid when we was kids.
What's that brand?
Kool-Aid. No, it wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid.
Flavor Aid.
Did y'all have Flavor Aid when I was little? Flavor Aid was sold in the Wonder Bread Hostess store. Flavor Aid was made by Wonder Bread because my grandma had a Wonder Bread bakery on the corner
of the house.
Our whole life. And we could walk right to the corner in New York, and they would always, because it was fresh bacon every day, they always had like 10-cent, Hostess. I mean, it's Hostess, so it's the best brand, right? Yeah, kids. You have to call. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Look, we all over the place. Good morning. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Let's do it fast like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's how today's day. Look at Kia.
I'm over here trying to wake
up. The Facebook user is Melissa Price. Not sure why I'm not coming up. Why not? It's because you're in probably Survivor to Soulvivor group, and that's a private group. So anytime you're commenting from a private group, it won't show the name you are. Right, that's the word.
Because you're in a private group, so it's private for a reason.
Now you could be saying what you want, and everybody don't know unless they are part of the community.
Correct. Like who that?
Of Survivor to Soulvivor. So that's all it is. If you came out and went to my personal page or my YouTube page, we'll be able to see your name and your thing. So that's all it is how. And so when I go live on here on the system, it puts it in different pages. So I never know where you guys are tuning in from. That's why
we love it.
All of you guys. But we love it. And we know when you come, baby, you gonna keep the conversation going too. But
that part.
Hey, Mama Faye. Now we definitely seen you. We were trying to get so you get your special good morning.
Do you see my shirt I got on today?
On chirping. We crunk. This coffee got me crunk.
Child, I'm trying to get this coffee.
You know why I'm so crunk today? Because I woke up today and I hadn't done nothing.
Messages.
Right. You got it, or my messages?
All I kept hearing.
I was trying to stop myself from sharing all the laughter because every time I laughed out loud, I was like, share. That's the type of person I am. I don't want to laugh by myself. Listen, I know my kids are done with me today. I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. Essence was like, they be like, oh, mommy's on one today.
And I know they silly.
Right.
Silly. I'm gonna get a message. I might start crying. I said, okay, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, I'm just so multifaceted in my ways. So you gonna get inspiration. You like, oh, okay, she clowning today, right? So if you getting all these deep messages, like, oh, she on one today. She come to save everybody. Then you get all the jokes. You like, oh, she clowning all day. Like, yeah. So I just never know. But today I woke up with joy and laughter. So I was just, it found me. My boo kissed me goodbye, and I was like, I'm up early. I took the dog out to the bathroom, came back in, and I was like, couldn't fall asleep. Didn't want to turn on TV because I thought that was going to stop me. But these daggone phones are devil.
They is something.
I'm just sliding, and
you can't stop.
And I'm just laughing. I mean, hollering in there by myself. Like, I'm not even enjoying the whole video myself before I'm sharing and have to watch it again because I took myself out of even seeing the rest. As soon as I just was in there like, this got me so weak. So yes, honey.
I didn't even see him, and I know they funny because you.
I don't even know how I scrolled on that couple, but that couple had me in there crying, laughing. That TikTok, they had me messed up. Wow. Complete, not compete. See? I cannot. Yes, Kia has the skin and you have the core. Oh, Lord. The birds are chirping. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you for your message yesterday, Eternal Lucky Charm. You are so welcome. Did you see my TikTok video? Let me tell you what's so, and not to share right here because this is Scorpion Conversation. So this is what we come to do. So my mom's friend in Jamaica lost her son. And he was 25, right? I'm hoping I got the number age right. But they called, his name was Prince, but they call him Tommy Greenleaf, like he was considered, everybody's lucky charm. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, he got into, a car wreck or fell off the, in Jamaica, they don't have ledges. He was 24, not even 25. Okay, 24, wow. 6, that's 6. So he, his car came over the red, whatever. But, I think I'm saying it right. Yeah, I think he, lost control or whatever. But but they lost him, and mommy, didn't know what to, didn't know how to, show up for her friend or whatever. Yeah. But she knew she wanted to, write a poem or do something. So she said, she was going through a lot, so she wasn't gonna write no poem. So she reached out to me, last minute. Thank God I'm a last minute poet, honey. All I need is an hour. But we were running the whole weekend, so I couldn't get to it. But anyway, long story short, on Sunday morning, I woke up, wrote the poem, and the funeral was at 11 a.m. In Jamaica, right? But I'm doing the 365 days of loving yourself to life. Mm-hmm. If you're not following me on TikTok, we are on, today would be day 6. So I'm taking on a journey of self-love. And every day for the next 365 days, and I'm only on 6, so I got 59 more to go. Come on now, let's get our math right. We ain't been in school in a while. We got to keep on reminding ourselves. Keep your brain sharp. But it was so. So yesterday when I opened the book, because I'm going through my 365, and I don't really know what each day is by memory. So I opens up the book, and day 5. Now earlier I wrote that poem, which put me in the thing of 4-leaf clover and trying to tap into his intuitiveness and his creativeness and joy and all the things that represented him. And so I went on a rant with that. But when I opened up day 5 to read it, it said, you should be a 4-leaf clover to yourself. Redefine in order to do God. So where's your 365? Go grab that book real quick and bring your thing down. Listen, so I stopped at the beginning of my TikTok video before I even did the message for day 5. And 5 is God's grace. Come on now. And so it made me take a moment, and I did a little shout out, but it was like, life is so intentional. And when I opened up that book and saw that was day 5, and that morning I had to write that poem for him, I just thought, wow. This makes me be in awe of just how I know it's so much bigger than me. So I don't know if you guys get reminders of how real God is and how everything is connected. So when I say that God is so amazing that he couldn't give all of him to one of us, so he gave a piece of him to each of us, and I call that a God piece. I mean that from my soul, because I say these are moments when God kisses us, right? And so we got to see the kisses. We got to get the signs of wonder. And so that, I thought, was so wonderful. It was so very wonderful. So very wonderful. God is so awesome. So let me show you. Girl, your book is in mint condition. My thing looks a mess. You better start reading your book, girl.
I said, but why my thing goes right here? Why does it open like that?
Oh, is that your name?
Yeah. My book open
that like is so crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
That's your center. Let me show you how cute. We get another thing we can't make up.
I went like that.
So anyway, if you got the gift of reading 365 Days of Loving Yourself to Life, becoming a gift you were always meant to be. Okay, this is no longer available. It's actually down right now. I have a couple still in possession. If you want to get one of the original copies, because I have to reformat it and bring it back out. So that's why I'm doing it 365, just giving a message from day to day on TikTok, as what I started at, just getting you to fall in love with yourself. But what Kia wanted to point out was that on her particular book, there is nothing in this middle, but look where it opens up at. You see where it opens up at? It opens up right here at her testimony.
That is crazy.
That is so crazy. Remember, I'm like, it literally opens up. Yeah. It's like that's where they put her center at. Can't make that up. Wow. Yeah. See, God was celebrating you on page 60 and 61. I love it. 7 is completion, bro. 60 is assignment. On the 6th day, he created us in his image. So that's what lets me know it's assignment. But I did open up this book just to let you guys know. Just to let you guys know what day 5 was. I can't make this up. Oh, and you wrote on that day. Ooh. Day 5 is be the 4-leaf clover to yourself. Rare to find, but a pleasant gift that makes you remember how much God loves you. That was day 5. So it definitely stopped me right in my track. And so if you follow me on TikTok, I am at Love Grows Everything.
Wow. That is wow.
The Healing App, Soul Sage Doctor. You can find me either one of those ways. You can probably find me under Precious Paulin. My picture comes up. But yeah, that was day 5.
Now that was.
I mean, when I opened it up, I looked down and I was like, no.
Now, wow. Yeah, that's
something. So, I mean, some things can be made up, and my anointing is one of them, okay? Don't play with my anointing,
Rare
y'all.
to find, but a pleasant gift that makes you remember how much God loves you. Rarity. Unique.
And so, yeah, so being a 4-leaf clover is just really understanding that you are your own luck. You bring your own special piece. And when you operate, like you are the difference, like you are what is something that they found that's real. Like, but that's why being a gift is being present. You see how those words are the same word? Yeah. Gift, present. So, right? If I'm bringing you a present, I'm bringing you a gift, it means the same thing, right? And so being present is what makes you a gift. Wow. Right? And realizing that you are your own lucky charm, meaning I'm not looking for nobody to bring something to me that I already possess because I already been given a God piece. And he has no respect of person. He respects the person who respects the person he created. And when people be in your presence, if they could think of you as lucky to be around you, to know you, then you are serving at a high level. And so that's what Prince did. He served at a high level.
At 24.
At 24. So I even watched on YouTube. I mean, the service was beautiful. So I got to hear Mommy read the poem, and you did an amazing job, Mom. She was like, "It's got to for my she said the soul sage doctor."
The soul sage. That's
she said both. She said the soul sage doctor, known as the Healing App. What she said, the Healing App. Apostle Precious Paulin, which means the Healing App too. So. I saw you, and you read that poem so well, so poised, so just as I would, because I call her to be like, I normally either send the audio of me saying it, because poets have a rhythm. Yeah, you might be reading like what? Yeah, like it don't have the flow. So I like to every time I write a poem, so I do special poems like for obituaries at the back. So I do a lot of obituary poems and. Depending on obituaries is really last moment. So
yes,
but I can
shameless plug.
Matter of fact, it makes me want to share the poem that I wrote about the young man.
So if y'all ever be needing a special something to say, definitely she is awesome with that type of stuff. I mean, and like she doesn't need. I
need some information. I need you to tell me.
She definitely need information, but as far as timing, definitely give her some time so you can give her some information about the person or what they mean to you. What is it that you want to say? And she definitely will write up something that's like unforgettable.
Thank you, boo.
Yes, honey.
So I took the stuff that my mom sent me about him, and just what he means to everybody, and to his peers and everything. So she had told me so that, of course, that he's his name is Prince Antonio Alexander Murphy. So we're going to shout him out today. He's affectionately known as Tommy Greenleaf. He symbolized four-leaf clover. His sunrise was August 13th, 1998. His sunset was July 25th, 2023. So I said he came, that's the Leo season. Liked good vibes, positive energy. He did positive energy classes. He played video games. He was a fun person, royal, dignified, responsible, reserved, respectful, quiet, cool, authentic, genuine, creative, caring, resourceful, intuitive. So that was the information that I had about this amazing young man. And so this is the poem that I created for him. Eternal Lucky Charm. It says, you will always be our prince, but it's your time to rest with the king. Still struggling with the idea that we will no longer see you at everything. Affectionately known as Tommy Greenleaf, a four-leaf clover we were lucky to find. I mean, a prince that focuses on positive energy classes. What more can I say about his mind? He was quiet and reserved and had an intuitive vibe that resonated Kia. And if he knew you needed him, best believe he was there. Such a genuine person who dignified royalty in a very authentic way, because he was born as a lion and lived in honor with each and every day. Such a complex yet simple man, respectful with a splash of cool. He was creative and loved to play video games. Oh yes, in that he would take you to school. I only pray we are as resourceful as him as we carry his love moving on. And last but not least, I want you to remember, you now have an eternal lucky charm. And so that's what I wrote, to celebrate. Written in honor of Prince Antonio Alexander Murphy, affectionately known as Tommy Greenleaf. So that's one of the things that I can do. I can create a poem as if you wrote it yourself.
You heard it here.
So that's what it means to be a prophetic soul sage doctor, and I did that in 20 minutes. So that's the gift. That's the gift. As long as I can sit down and take the time, I can write what's in my mind.
Yeah.
Happy today, William Brown.
Good morning
to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Good morning.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, William. Thank you. And to think I never even met the guy. But I felt it when I was writing it, and I saw it on Mommy when I called her to read it to her. She just broke down. I said, "You don't need another one. You got it. You could do it." So so I was I'm so eager to see the reactions of the people when when I do what I do.
Yeah,
I love the gift. I love.
It's like, did I embody everything?
Yes, I love bringing.
It's like, whoa.
I love bringing what they mean to you. It's just, I tell you, God is just so awesome in the gift. Feels good to be a vessel. Are you a vessel? Now that we had all this amazing stuff.
That part, like,
wow, song and dance. Love it, right? I tell you.
The topic, right?
We're drinking coffee, and I've been watching laughter videos all morning. So I'm like here. I'm on one. How they say you on one? I'm on one today. So this Monday.
On one today.
This is Monday, right? This ain't no depressive right there, y'all.
Friday, that it was going to be Monday.
It's Monday too.
Monday. Monday. So, and we even get to the topic.
We didn't even get to the topic yet. So now that we got past all of our weekend excursions and
happenings and catching up to what everybody's been doing this weekend had going on. What happened? Oh, she's asking, did you watch the whole thing? Because Sister Miriam did the remembrance of her son. No,
I'm gonna go back and fast forward through. I was watching it, and then I got sidetracked. Of course, like I often do. So I didn't catch the whole thing. But yes, I'll definitely go back and see the dedication she did for her son.
Oh.
I mean, could just imagine that, right? So let's keep her lifted in prayer, because definitely so often everybody just reaches out at a high level in the midst of it, but they forget how hard it is after, when everybody disappears and you're sitting in your new norm. And just this past weekend, we made a stop by one of our cousin's house, and and he's dealing hard with grief. And I think at the end of the day, it's really checking on the people who survive after people leave, and you're like, you know what, and it's not okay. Yeah, and that's why I said it's so important for people who have testimonies.
Yes.
To really operate in their testimonies, right? Because it's not enough with me with empathy to speak to them, because it's like, I get it, but you don't get it. But when you have experienced that, right, and you came out of that, it's so important, because now you will inspire them. They will look at you different when you're like, listen, I know what you feel like right now, and I really know what you feel like now.
And tell them your story of why you know what they're going through, because such and such and such and such. This is what happened, and girl or man, listen, right? So when you give that story, it's like you bring them with you in that moment. And they could relate, because like they're going through it. So it's like, oh my gosh. So authentic, real, take them through the journey of the times and the feelings and everything. Wow, yeah, you do have to check on people after the fact,
because everybody's there so
in the moment, because that's everybody's there in the moment, but it's after the moment of weeks and months into the realization of the actual feeling of the loss, or them not being there and not being around. So it's like, how are you doing? Because you're dealing every day. So
every day is a new norm. Every day you're trying to get used to, the new norm, right? And so, the
new norm.
Because it's never about them that leave. They're good. It's about you that stay,
that still remains.
Yeah, right? It's like one of those things you understand, but you don't understand. It's one of those things that is inevitable, but you don't want it to be inevitable. So, I thought in that moment, and it's like, it's not about telling them, oh, we all lost. It's not about telling them it's okay. It's not about telling them, you need to. It's about just being with them, right? Sometimes you don't have to say nothing. You just have to sit with them. Most times you have to acknowledge that it's hard, right? I like to bring out the part that mourning, and only way for the sun to rise on that storm would be for you to take yourself out, because mourning is spelled MOURNING, and morning with a sunrise is spelled MORNING. And so the difference between those two words, as I love to say, is the you. And so when you remove you from the story, because we're only mourning because of us, right? We're mourning because of how we feel. Outside of that, it could have been like they could have been sick and going out, but you wanted to keep them longer. You wanted them healed. You wanted them to, to live forever, or at least longer than you expected.
Still wanted them to be here with you.
Yep, you. And it's hard to be in a place without the people that you imagine you'll be spending life with. And so when you do live in those places, it is so essential that you do take the time and speak to people in that realm, and especially when you see them going through. So like I said, I had to sit back and say, to God be the glory that I have lost people, but never to the extent of that severity where they're so close, where it's like I'm so used to having them around me and I'm talking to them all the time, and you know what I mean. So you'll get those moments when you have distance between you, where you'll think about them and you'll cry, and you're like, oh, and then you'll just celebrate their life. But when it's that every day that my person and, my son, my daughter, my spouse, my sister, my brother, my mother, my father, right? All of those things is like, it's hard to think about it. But yeah, we definitely got to deal with grief, especially in this time, because, loss is real.
And that's why I said, for me, it's like, it's
we definitely not going to talk about the topic we was now.
You ain't lying, because
that's going to be Wednesday.
So. Because what I realized, it makes it not, there's never a easier, I don't know the word, I'm just wanting to say easier, but it makes it less traumatic or less,
we'll say culpable
when you really celebrate their life. We're not mourning you have to flip it around. Like you always have to do the positive versus the negative and the grief and you're gonna have that. But if you could just, when somebody passed away, like, you know, it was like wearing the black or wearing, it's like it's so grim. It's like and if they sing Amazing Grace, is over. It's like we gotta turn that around to be like, okay, they're no longer here. So we need to reflect on when they physically was here. Let's celebrate the good. Let's celebrate, even if some of them ain't have no good. Because let's be real, you be trying to find something good to say about somebody, because we don't want to sit here and be like, now you know. But we gonna be real and we gonna be honest. They was who they was, and right. But you gotta celebrate. Celebrate is happy. Celebrate is smile. Celebrate. It's hard to do in a moment of them no longer being here. But we all not gonna be here, and we need to start doing stuff to celebrate one another. And when that time comes, give people something nice to say about you and celebrate.
Be that 4-leaf clover.
That part.
Where, you know, nobody's bluffing, where everybody's not up there talking and you looking like, there's something else. Yeah, you know good damn
Stop it now.
You ain't even like her. Why you doing 2 minutes at the mic? Sit down. Have a seat.
Falling and carrying on. But that celebration makes it so much more culpable at the moment.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and it's like, no, what's their favorite color? Or we livening it up in here. We ain't gonna be in black and we ain't gonna be in grim. No, this is a celebration. It's not the
And again, I say
moment of that.
We are definitely, you know, we don't want to learn no lessons. So we definitely understand.
It's a celebration of life. The life they've lived up to the point that they lived it.
Yep.
It's a celebration of life.
Yep. But I was also honest. I said, you know, given I'm very empathetic and not sympathetic, right? I know one thing for sure and two things for certain, that I can definitely understand that space. That's why I felt like when one of the best experiences I had of losing somebody, I would say would be Grandma Margaret, because of how it got done. It was more like there was not a funeral. It was like we cremated her and then we took her out and, you know, and we put her on the water, and it just never felt so what is it called? So real. So even to this day, it's almost like, you see, it's like the body is a flesh, right? Because we think in our mind, so that's our soul, and so that's the internal light, right? And so when the body perishes, it just has no shell, right?
The
and so
soul
the
has
soul
no shell.
So for me, when you think about the death, it's like, okay, they lost the body.
They lost their
body.
But
they are here. But when you go to a funeral and they got the body up there and you see the body and it's lifeless, it's so, and you can't take the moans and the groans and the cries out. So that just puts you in an even more traumatic experience, because now you got so much grief bottled up in one building. So for me, I always found it hard that you just sit there and you got the wail and then you got the set, and it's like, I can't take it. It's too much to put all of that grief in one building. You know what I mean? So when I saw that
emotional state,
so ever since Grandma was like, okay, I want to be cremated, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't get to go look at me at no site for the rest of your life. I don't want y'all to be stuck to no thing. None of that. But you know what I did say that I found? So y'all ain't gonna be stuck to no tombstone, but I want a tree. You can plant a tree with your ashes. So they take your ashes. There's this new thing. That's what I want to do. And you plant the tree, and then, you know, and so often y'all can come and visit the tree. Right? Because the tree will grow over time, and you can come like, that's your great grandma. That's the I choose me. That's it. That's it.
Come on now.
And you still giving life.
You giving life because you breathe.
Because you breathe in the tree. And it's the tree of life. So I love that idea, but I think it is very hard the way we've been accustomed. Because it's too soon. That's why I said if somebody died on me, guess what? Don't be mad at me. If it's somebody that close to me that I'm supposed to be playing and I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing that. And y'all could be on the front row, but y'all ain't gonna catch me on the front row. So that's why I said I'm empathetic. I'm not sympathetic because I already know I'm a mess. Yeah. I already know that. That's why it's like you want to help and serve the people who are in their time because they are out of their right mind because they suffered an extreme loss. So it's that understanding that. So you can't hug them good enough. You can't give them a card. It's nothing that you can really do to change the reality. And the reality is that that's it. And there's nothing more we can do about it. So it's just a hard place, which is why we probably carry that for so long. And then it's like,
then they say, and then they call you crazy when you they say you're talking to yourself or you talking to them. And it's like, now you're crazy. No, I ain't crazy. I'm saying good morning. Like, it's like when we talk to ourselves, I mean, it's like they here with me all the time. Like, that's why I say I ain't got to go visit the place that your body rested is buried, but you here with me all the time. So I'm talking to you like, child, you know what I mean? But then you crazy. Why I gotta be crazy? Like they with me all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So, that ain't crazy. That's knowing.
That's what I say.
Like, I just feel like it's just a spirit. I feel like
we are really souls. Like we are souls that has this body. So that's why when you be having sickness and you be having stuff that goes on with your physical body, right? I mean, it's just like, okay, my body can't hold up no more. It's if we start looking at it like that, like that's what you say, I don't want them to suffer no more. Like my body cannot even do this no more. Yeah. Like it just gave up. Like
it's so hard.
It's hard.
Letting go is hard. I swear. Mama Faye says, here in Jamaica is an ancestral celebration of the life of the departed, from grave digging to dead yard, homecoming celebration to the grave, awesome celebration of life. It was beautiful. Like I said, it was open. It was eerie. The people were in green. I guess his favorite color was green. Well, he's a green leaf, so yeah. But even they had a clear casket. Well, the casket was a whole thing, but there was a window.
Yeah,
you could see right in him. It was beautiful. It was a lot of people.
They have some beautiful
and that's a celebration. So I will say that when I tuned in, I did feel lifted. Like, how you go and you tune in, you're like, the brightness and the light and the energy in the room. I didn't hear no wheel and I didn't hear none of it. I just saw them looking and I saw a couple of people wiping it, but it was definitely
he was in the thing and you could just see through
the
glass.
Yeah, it was like the whole top was like a window. It wasn't an open. It was like but it was a a clear see-through casket. Like I've never seen that before.
I've seen some amazing stuff. They have.
Now I definitely saw there was a big time pastor preaching. And he was burying his wife, and I saw it on the TikTok thing. And she was in a all clear casket. Like her casket was up at the front, and it was just, and it had roses, white roses, and he said, it was a beautiful sermon. But she was in literally a clear thing on, like this. It looked gorgeous. So things like that. I still don't want a casket. I still don't. I don't want to box. I don't like the dirt. I'm claustrophobic. I don't like the fire either. But if I'm dead, it don't matter. So I think that's just my shell. Yes. Yeah. Do what you do. So, have you ever thought about that? That thing is inevitable, and that's
and that's something people just do not like to talk about. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, but everybody have their fears or things of, some people are scared of clowns. Some people, it's just. Some stuff people don't like to talk about. And I'm like, listen, it's inevitable. Like, you got to prepare for stuff. It's not nobody else's responsibility to take care of your remains. Like, that's your responsibility. And that's stuff you need to prepare for while you're here. I mean, to me, that's just adult responsibility. Like, you know what I mean? We don't need no GoFundMe. If you can have insurance on your phone, you need to have insurance on your life, because that's something that's guaranteed to happen.
I done found her lane.
Look at them.
Like, when y'all see them hands getting like this,
I'm just
She's
saying.
serious. So you better have your life insurance. I got mine.
Y'all better stop playing.
We got 5 kids. There's no way that you can have 5 kids and not be paying for it.
You better tell them. You got what?
5 kids, and we pay. One thing we're gonna pay every month is our life insurance because we just don't know. It's
guaranteed to happen, and we just don't know when.
So if I'm gonna borrow money for that phone bill, I'll borrow money to make sure that that insurance. That is the only thing that comes straight out of my account. I don't let them take nothing straight out of my account. I don't give a daggone. I need to see everything. I need to make an arrangement, whatever I need to do. But my daggone life insurance, that is the only thing that comes out. Our life insurance comes out every single month. So yeah, it's mandatory.
Thank you.
Mandatory, and there's no excuses for it because we just know that life isn't promised to any of us. We had a friend years ago who lost her 13-year-old daughter on Easter freaking Sunday. She was running outside playing with everybody. You remember the minister's daughter playing outside, healthy as can be. And the kids ran in and said she just fell out. Her mom's a nurse, come running. She had already used the bathroom. She panicked. They got the ambulance came and they were going. And when they took her to the hospital, they said they could not find one thing that went wrong. They said it was natural. She was 13, and they called that natural. There was no sign. But you know, the thing I will never forget when we was at that funeral was when the pastor spoke about her Bible. That the last thing that she had written that was opened up, it said, when I have done what I came to do, I am ready. There is a part in there where that was outlined, and it just touched everybody. But I'm just saying, there are babies that never make it out the hospital. There are people who never make it. Jesus didn't make it past 33, and the man was perfect. Right? And so when you think about, and that's why we got to really celebrate that life is short and that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. So if you can choose joy, then you better choose it. If you could be a 4-leaf clover to yourself, then you better do it. If you can find peace in the moment, then you better find it. Because to dwell on the things that you cannot change when life is changing every single moment and tomorrow is not guaranteed, it is audacity. Audacity to not enjoy your freaking breath. So if y'all didn't get anything from this message today, get the idea that if you want to really celebrate life, laugh more, smile more, complain less, right? Because all we do is get ourselves worked up for what?
Complete more.
Make the best out of your moments, period. That's your job.
Complete more. It is so many of us doing the same thing that if we all just came together, Lord knows where we could reach. What we could accomplish. It's just like, wow, we got to complete more and not compete. Celebrate more. Celebrate.
You deserve it.
Face say, that's me. Don't leave me to turn to bugs. I'll be refined in the fire. Then everyone can get a piece and take me wherever you want to. Let me go off the mountaintops, ocean, cruise, etc.
That part.
I know that's right.
Drop me off. Get me lit.
That part.
when you want cremated, get me lit. That's our cremated. Get me lit.
I cannot.
That'd be your last lit adventure. That's perfect.
Lit, all right.
Get me lit on the way out. Get me lit. Resurrections.
You know what?
Got to go home this. So, period.
Wow.
Get me lit. But yeah, life is real. Death is realer. But blessed are those who enjoy today. Blessed are those.
We gotta get that together.
So yeah, but this has been I guess a hot topics type of conversation.
Conversation.
We was gonna talk about what was we gonna talk about? Are men really intimidated by boss women?
Oh yeah.
Or are men really intimidated by boss women or lack of time? I can't remember what it was. We done went so far off the ravine.
Correct. We done had several other conversations and never got to the main topic.
Oh, are men really intimidated by your boss status or your time status? So that will definitely be Wednesday's conversation. So I think that'll be good. Give y'all time to think about it. But surely. But I think today, God made us celebrate life. And like I said, I woke up in joy, woke up laughing, and it just changed my whole mood. And we just spoke about that. Was it Friday or last Wednesday? One of them days we was live. We spoke about you setting your affirmations in the morning, you waking up and setting your mood, setting your tone, setting your whole existence, right? Because you're the master.
You control your day. You dictate how your day is gonna go.
Yes, you do.
By giving yourself them affirmations in the morning.
Yeah. Period.
You control your day. Don't let the outside and others control your day. Take control of your life.
Yes.
You take control of your day, and you control your happiness.
That part.
Because only you can. You get to decide how it's gonna go based off of your reactions to stuff.
And so it's important that we understand what it means to react. What it means to really, 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 really react. So yeah, like I said, this has been an amazing thing. I don't even know. Choose happiness. Choose joy. Celebrate life. Don't forget about people who are going through grief. If you can be sympathetic and you don't have to be empathetic, please share your story. Help somebody else through their valley of the shadow of death. Because like I said, God is sending you. He gave us each a God piece so that we can show up for each other. God himself will never come down. He'll send his son. He'll send his children. But he himself can't come down. So he operates through your mind. He operates through your thinking. He operates through your experience, right? Because he wants to make you vulnerable to somebody else because of how he sent you. So while you thought he was picking on you, he was actually molding you. He was making you vulnerable to your assignment so that it would be like, it's like that car you first buy. You ain't never seen that car in red all over until you bought it, till it became yours. And every time you turn around, it's like, oh my God, everybody got my car. Yeah, everybody got the same problem you got. But God said, I made you the lead in the problem. I let you get through the problem. Somebody came before you. Somebody will come after you. Are you going to do right in the middle? So that's why it's a relay race and somebody's relying on you because somebody passed it to you and you got to pass it to somebody. The question is, are you doing your leg of the race? Good God Almighty. Are you operating in your leg of the race? So if you experience grief and you can help somebody through grief, then operate in your leg of the race, right? That's what life is all about.
Do your part.
Do your part, honey.
Do your part.
When you do your part, you heal a heart. I'm going to put that on the shirt. Just made that up.
When you do your part.
When you do your part, you heal a heart. Oh, that's so cute. Let me put in my notes because I'll tell you, I'm going to forget that.
Wow.
That's why I got 1,000,000 notes now. My healing app t-shirts, all these phrases I'm putting on shirts, I'm telling you, when you do your part.
Oh, look at her. And our face says, let your love know you love them. Let your loved ones know you love them while you are able. Give them their roses while they can smell them.
That part.
That part. Love you.
We love you too.
We love you too.
And then I think that's what it is, right? Living less regret by seizing the moment and realizing that being a gift is just being present. It's being honest with who you are, where you are, when you're there, right? Remove the shame, get in your lane, embrace the preparation. You were built for the ride, etc., etc., etc. Most importantly, the luckiest part of you is you. You just gotta know it. So, what we gonna get? Where we gonna get a word from? Let me get these cards, and we gonna get out of here, huh? We got to start winding down right about now.
All right.
We are 50 minutes in to the hour. 10 minutes left. What about the people you love but ain't talking to right now? Do you still let them know? Yes, you do. You let them know. No. You let them know when God lets you know. Because I promise you.
Oh, he gonna put it
if
on
he
your
puts
heart
it on your heart to think about them, then that's your responsibility, right? The ability of measurement in which you can respond. If he tells you, to reach out. Listen, I had to do that. And one of the
people.
times I did that with somebody I wasn't fooling with, and it was like, oh, why you texting me? Don't text me no more. And it was like, oh, well, God, I did my part.
I did my part. That's what I did. I was obedient.
Okay.
I heard you. I was obedient, and I did my part. I can't worry about how you going to react. I did my part.
That part. And in the
you feel good about you being obedient.
That part. And so when I did that, and she did that, God took me higher. And somebody else went in more pain. You see that? Because your responsibility is to own up to who you are. You can't make nobody be nothing, but you can control who you are. You can control how you react. You can control how you listen. You can control how you obey, right? Whatever spirit, that's your intuition. So if it tells you to do it, you don't fight against what's telling you to do something, because the only thing that would stop you would be your pride. And pride has no room or no space or no grace, right? So you got to let your feelings, that's why I got the phrase, get out of your feelings and into your healing. Your healing is sending the text because God told you to. Your feelings is they don't deserve a word from me. You understand that? So you got to remove yourself from the equation. Otherwise, you'll get caught up in spiritual mess. And we don't get caught up in spiritual mess.
Sometimes God is knowing that you can be the bigger person, and he is using you.
Come on now, Pastor.
To break that monotony of the stubbornness.
Not the monotony.
Monotony of the stubbornness of the other person. And Lord knows only you can do it because he knows how he built you. And while this person is being the way they are, he gonna break them. He gonna break them, and they ain't gonna have nothing to do but fall to their knees and ask God for forgiveness for being the way they have been. But you gotta keep being the way you are. You don't let nothing and nobody change who you are. So you be obedient and stay true to who you are.
That part, because obedience is better than sacrifice.
You better say that.
Word, honey. That's biblical. That's written.
That's it right there. It
honoring a request. Period.
Because you think you making a sacrifice, but you're really being obedient.
That part.
You feel like I'm sacrificing something. No, you're not. A sacrifice is something like you want to do it, but you don't want to do it, but you're going to make the sacrifice. No. When you being obedient, it's like your heart is open and receiving to say, yes, I will do it. And I don't mind doing it because I'm being obedient. Because my heart wants to do it because this is who I am. I'm because I understand that. It's like you rubbing against who you are and who you not.
Right.
Because I'm not this person, but you're making me be this person, and it's a force in me because I'm not that person. But I'm trying. I ain't giving you the satisfaction, but why you gotta be this way? Because I'm love. So
it's hard, honey.
It's hard.
If they told you that living ain't hard, they lied. Living is hard, but it is worth the return, right? It is so worth the return. So when we say, so I love that, right? Because at the end of the day, what obedience is better than sacrifice is like a sacrifice is what you had to pay. It's what it cost you. But obedience is waiting after you know you paid the price. Good God Almighty. It's waiting after you know you've done it all. It's still getting on the cross when you know you perfect.
You get such a great reward at the end when you are obedient. Let's think of a pet, right? Obedient school. You take a dog or whatever to obedient school so that when you say fetch or go or sit, they obey your command.
They respond.
Correct.
Yes.
So, come on now. Struggle is real.
That part. So, So that's just it. It's saying that I honor what is said. And so that's why we got to understand that in the spiritual realm, because it's a feeling. And we have to acknowledge how we feel in order to move past it and then do what's asked of us, because we got out of our feelings and got into our healings. As long as you're in your feeling, you can't be obedient, because you're going to tell yourself why they don't deserve it. right? You're gonna tell yourself, "Well, all right, that's it." You're gonna convince yourself that they don't deserve you. Another hour.
Y'all done went into another sermon. He said y'all done went into the next sermon. See what I'm saying? That's why it's conversations. Y'all put us on a conversation. That's why we love y'all input.
I swear, because look, we be like, where we at?
Talk to us. Let's talk about
it. Get the book. Get the book, girl. Get the book. We go.
Look, we ain't rushing to go nowhere. What y'all talking about? We here with y'all. We here for the people.
Our coffee's still hot. We gotta make a good cup. But I'll burn my lip.
Right.
I can't believe this coffee this hot. These cups right here is real deal. When they say these cups is insulated,
to get me one. Precious.
Melissa got me this one. I don't know if Melissa's still on, but she got me this one.
I'm telling you, I'm over here. I would have been at that microwave twice already. Need another cup because mine was cold.
But when I told her these right here are all the way
out of her cup, I said, "Well, I'll be darned. That thing piping hot. Piping. Okay. Piping.
But yes, we gonna listen. You know y'all know we long-winded. That's why we love that y'all.
That's a whole nother topic too. Obedience and sacrifice.
Ooh, look like we got topics galore. If we can stay focused, we might complete one before we start another. I'm glad y'all don't hold us to our scatterbrains. Like, Lord, we be like, boom, 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 boom. Connect the dots so we start there. We ain't never even got to the topic.
But we rolling, it's good. Talk to me.
We never even got to the topic. So if you even make it to the end and then you watching like, when is this going to come in?
Yeah,
Not today, boo. Not today, boo. Wednesday. We gonna try to start right.
Yeah.
No, that's a very good topic. So I know then we can wave off.
We gotta start off with the topic.
But that good morning and that catching up, it just don't work. It don't work for us. We just go all over the place.
Okay,
So let's see what it. Let's get back to our center.
Girl, look.
Well,
let me show you. Oh, y'all ain't gonna be able to see.
Yes, they will. Put it close. They can see that. Thankfulness. Go high. Oh, you got it in both. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We on TikTok. Hey, TikTok. I forgot we was on TikTok.
Thankfulness.
You gotta get used to it.
I opened the book.
Minister one bite. Paul, and come on now. He gonna give you one bite of that word and make you get full. Good God Almighty. One bite of the word get you full.
All you need is one word.
One word.
And take sacrifice. One word, and that's the whole topic.
That's it.
Obedience. That's what we're talking about today. Obedience. We talking about thankfulness.
Oh,
one word.
One word.
Right? Thankfulness. I have not stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. Ephesians 1:16. Giving thanks is a sacrifice that truly honors me. If you keep to my path, I will reveal to you the salvation of God. Psalms 50:23. Rejoice always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 5:16.
Okay, now. Okay, let me find out you gonna be reading the word out there.
I know that.
I see you now.
I heard them say that. I know how to pronounce it now.
Growing in the power of the resurrected Christ over here.
Thessalonians.
That part.
Thessalonians.
That's they. That's them over there.
That part. Give thanks as you enter the gates of his temple. Give praise as you enter its courtyards. Give thanks to him and praise his name. Psalms 104. God, there is no end to your gifts. From the breath in my lungs to the roof over my head, to every small mercy I receive today, you are a good gift giver. Thank you so much for the attention you pay to me every day. In every circumstance, I thank you. What can you thank God for right now? What can you thank God for right now?
Yeah, I need to go back here, just right here, where it says, from the breath in my lungs to the roof over my head, to every small mercy I received today, you are a good gift giver. And I just want to go back to that topic for day 5, being a 4-leaf clover, right? And being favored and setting yourself apart because God has already done that. But the best gift that God ever gave was you. The best gift that God ever gave was you, because he has no respect of persons. He respects the person who respects the person he created, and that's you. That's me.
And that's me. And that's us. The persons. Thankfulness. Practice gratitude. Practice thankfulness. How dare you be complaining?
That part.
Be thankful for the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, everything.
And
from the small thing to the big thing.
And even if you choose to complain, you can stop in that moment, repent for having the audacity for not having gratitude for where you are. Because it's a good chance that you're focusing on the little things instead of the big things. And the biggest thing of all is life. So when you're focusing on a bill, or you're focusing on a kid that's getting on your nerve, or a spouse or a mate that's driving you crazy, or a job that you just broke your neck to get and don't like that you're there now because it ain't panned out to what you imagined, that expectation we live in. Until you understand that focusing on you and focusing on God is the thing that levels you up. Be grateful that you have breath in your body and focus on that instead of focusing on the things that you cannot change, the things you worry about. What they say, 97% of the things you worry about never even happen. So you're living in a world of discourse that you put on yourself. Discourse. The course you want to dismiss yourself into. It's up to you. You get to sign yourself up for whatever race. So be intentional about the course you take. Because you could take a happy course,
that part,
or you could take a sad course.
You get
it's
to
up
decide.
To you.
And in the words of my Aunt Karen, God, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. That part.
He knows your
heart.
Get
to complaining, you better say, God, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
I just say, honey.
Because we always start complaining. That's just humanly what we would start doing. Yeah. But like Precious said, we gotta check ourselves.
Before you
wreck yourself.
Come on now, you gotta check yourself before you
really wreck yourself.
Period.
Okay?
We're gonna get y'all out of here. Fearfully and wonderfully made, marvelous is his work. Y'all got me in here in tears of joy for the love and life he has given to me in spite of it all. And that part.
Come on now.
And you are both part of that joy.
Don't start us running in here, cause honey, that's that joy. I never really understood why they be running and stuff in church and be like, Lord, and acting a fool.
And you get it now.
I get it. You do be so happy on the inside for all that he has done for you. It's like,
you shut up in your bones. I told you the one time I got the Holy Ghost, honey. I tell you, I woke up and it's a waking up. And I was in the front of the church. See, all that time I was thinking, I don't know how real this Holy Ghost is, because the people that was getting it, I was like, if it's going enough, don't hit me.
Every week. They get it every week.
And I'd be like, and they be raising hell. And I'm like, oh, you got the Holy Ghost? Oh, Lord, he got to skip me. Lord better be skipping me, because, honey. But no, but that first time it hit me, I was like, oh, it is real. Wow. It is real. But I was at the front and I looked, and it's so crazy. It's like you come out of this space in this place. And you look and you're like, and I was thinking, I'm like, what did I say? How did I run? How did I get here? You like to usher back to the seat. It's like, what happened? Well, I went into the spirit.
Witness, like they
right, because I'm like, who? I didn't see myself. I'm like, it was the spirit of the anointing.
What just happened?
It was just one of those services where I was like, people got to just be more giving. People are always, honoring somebody they think is in a position, and you don't see the person who is. There was a guy that was walking around, and he was like, you could see he was touched, but he wasn't as rich as the other people that they was honoring that was touched, and he was being overlooked, and it was just driving me. And then the pastor came up and spoke about walking past it. Lord, that thing just hit and connected, and I was gone. I remember when I lost it. I just had to remember when I came back. Like, so yeah, it's confirmation. So yeah, when you feel it, and it makes you be like, somebody hears me.
Treat people the way
somebody hears me.
Yeah, I'm like,
wake up from a freedom and joy you've never known before. I'm trying to tell you
now.
When you give it to God. But we're going to get y'all out of here because we have operated in thankfulness on this Monday. And we turned one message into another message because we were celebrating the life of Prince Antonio, better known as Tommy Greenleaf. Wow. And I think it ended up being an amazing conversation, which is probably in the spirit of him, right? Yes. That 4-leaf clover, right?
Celebrate you,
a gift to have, honey. So we celebrate you on this day, and we dedicate.
Celebrate you.
Yes.
You did a lot for the world, and
in a little bit of time.
Definitely in a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. So
that was beautiful. Especially when we lose our young people so soon. It's like, and it, so it's
and we be thinking it soon, but they came.
You're right. That part. Thank you, girl. Check me. You gonna check me, boo? Go ahead, check me, boo. No, right. You so right.
No, I was just saying, like, we say they so young, but they came.
That's like why I said that was a good check.
Yeah, like we think people is here till 80. It's like their mission ain't been carried out. And talking about that, so when I was with my friend, she was saying how her brother went through so much, got shot at, and all of that, and nine lives. Like, you would think you would be out of here already. But he ain't finished with you yet.
My God.
You are here for a purpose. And where somebody would have been gone, you done been through 3 situations where you done went out of here. And you're still here. You are here for a purpose, and your job ain't finished yet. So,
you gotta work.
Come on.
That's a word. Yeah.
That part. Some people be out of here quick. Some people still here. You be like, how you
right? Because Because I'm not done.
I'm here on a mission, and I ain't complete my mission.
I ain't finished yet. So let's celebrate the completed missions. I am a winner. I am joyful, and I am original. Got my joyful. I told you I woke up with joy this morning. I told you I woke up with joy this morning, y'all.
You sure did.
Didn't I say that when I got here? I said, let me tell you something. Sometimes I wake up on one, but sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, here come the healer. She done sent all these messages, and now I woke up with laughter. And so
confirmation.
I sent 1 million laughter videos to 1 million different people this morning.
Confirmation.
But
woke up with joy.
I am joyful. I'm full of joy. Because the peace that I got, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. And that's when I get out of my feelings and into my healings. Because as long as I'm in my feelings, the world can take it away. But once I'm in my healing, the world cannot take a piece of joy because it's shut up in my bones. Honey, shut it up in your bones. I'm a winner. That means I do not lose in the thing called life because I do the work in order to make sure I come out better than I was. So even if I fall down, I get back up even faster, and go even further than I did the last time. Because anytime you pull an arrow back, Lord Almighty, it spring forward. Come on now. Spring into action for your attraction. Understand you are a winner. And last but not least, I am original. That means you are one of a kind.
One of a kind.
How special are you?
Well, you're one of a kind.
I could search the world over, and another you I will never find. Hope you got that children's book written both girls and boys version. Hit the link above.
Hit the link above.
Save yourself.
Grab your book today.
With a word.
How special are you? Well, you're one of a kind.
And if you don't need the book, give it to another kid.
Book today. Give it to a child or give it to an adult that needs to hear the child within.
That book. Yeah, that's a good one.
Come on now.
Well, now it's time to say goodnight to all my...
Well, that's a good book.
always say it is a relay race, and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print tells us what you got right, and what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. Oh, no. We complete. And the difference between those two words is an L. And L stands for love, because love grows everything. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Oh, and look at the first card. Remember, I'm joyful. The joy is yours. You better seize it, and you better take it with you all day. Lord, we adore thee. Oh, we gotta watch some Sister Act. Good morning. Hey. Oh, we enjoyed you too, Nancy. Thank you. Good morning, ladies. Your love and energy have a strong, impressive reflections to enjoy life to the fullest. We love you both always. Thank you. We receive it. And I mean, we receive it. I hope that our joy has been infectious, that you find yourself smiling, laughing, and calling people in good spirit for apparently no reason. Just the fact that you got what? Breath. Hope I ain't got no coffee breath.
Hey, it's all good.
See you later. You've been tuned into Coffee and Conversation. She's still got the tears in her eyes.
I do. I'm like, oh God.
So don't forget to wake up and make today count. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Remember, love grows everything. So love yourself first. I choose thee. # no more excuses, because you were born enough. Bye-bye. Who is my bye-bye for me? I don't know why I always do that bye-bye.